Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the YouTube channel. My name is Josh.
My name's Dylan.
And together we are
Bearded Bros Wrestling.
And we just got done watching WWE's pay-per-view Fastlane. Premium Live event, Fastlane. And this is our review and match ratings for the Premium Live event. And yeah, I mean it was something.
It was a thing.
It was a show. It started off with the WWE Tag Team Championships on the line as Judgment Day took on Jey Uso and the American Roller Coaster, Cody Rhodes. And spoiler alert, we have new Tag Team Champions.
Sadly.
Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso won the Tag Team titles in what was I mean, it was a match. Michael Cole mentioned Bullet Club twice.
That was the best part of the match.
At the start of it. But other than that, I mean, it was pretty much your typical tag team match. You know, the heels took control early and they cut off the ring and all that, you know, kind of cut it in half or whatever. Cody did have a nice hot tag. And then there was that nice stalling superplex from
off the top.
Cody onto Finn Balor. And then Priest
it was a little high.
It was a little bit high. They landed a little bit awkwardly. And then Priest hit a Hurricanrana.
Yeah.
It was off the top, wasn't it?
Off the top.
And then he landed the Rana, and Balor hit the coup de grace onto Jey, and Jey kicked out. And then Ripley hit Jey in the head with the Money in the Bank briefcase.
Right after he got done flirting with her.
Right. And then Jey still kicked out. So Priest chokeslammed Cody onto the apron.
The hardest part of the ring.
The hardest part of the ring. And then Cody hit the crossroads onto Priest, onto the announce table. And then Jey and Cody hit that tag team move. It was
like a super 3D almost, like it was a Cody cutter, but with a little lift from Jey.
Yeah. It was kind of like the 3D, except for it was the Cody cutter.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, that was nice.
The 1D, because you know that was his and Jimmy's tag team move. I forgot about that for a second.
So that was a nice move, and they got the 1, 2, 3. They won. And
what'd you give it?
I gave it 2.75.
I gave it 2.25.
And honestly, it wasn't necessarily even the fact that like the wrestling was bad. Because it wasn't necessarily bad. It was just kind of one of those matches where it was like...
Why is this on a pay-per-view?
It just kind of felt there. And I feel like... Now, I'm not doubting that they have a story to go along with it, because I feel like they will somehow tie it in. Simply because it is tied in some way with the Bloodline stuff because of Jey. And everything they've done with the Bloodline has been really good. So I'm sure that Triple H has a direction that he wants to go with this.
I'm sure Roman will mention the fact that... Oh, Jey has a tag title. Why don't Jimmy and Solo have a tag title?
Yeah. So I think that part of this was, once again, to plant those seeds of when Roman comes back Friday.
And give Jey a reason to go to SmackDown again.
Exactly. Yeah, I agree. Because now they can hop back and forth between both brands. So
even though he wanted to leave SmackDown.
Yeah, so that opens the door for Jey to go to SmackDown and for Cody to go to SmackDown, and they can start building up. If they're going to do Cody and Roman at Mania, which I'm sure they will.
If The Rock don't do it.
If The Rock don't do it, which I'm just going to be honest, I'm not going to get my hopes up. I'm pretty sure it's going to be Cody. And then, of course, they're going to build for Jey and Jimmy at Mania too. So, you know, which, I mean, I'm fine with those matches. And I think both of them will be really good matches. The Cody and Roman match last year was really good. And, of course, Jimmy and Jey, they have chemistry together. They're brothers. They're going to put on a good match. So, I mean, that's fine. But part of me kind of felt like the only reason the titles changed hands was to make it feel a little bit more special, to make it feel a little bit more like a pay-per-view premium live event. You know, but at the same, I mean, it just didn't work. I still felt like it fell a little bit flat. And again, I gave it 2.75. You gave it 2.25.
Did you know? Next up was the longest ad I've ever seen. that you can't out Pizza the Hut? Because the next match was sponsored by Pizza Hut. And they let us know.
They let us know.
They had
a whole segment backstage.
Booker T, Wade Barrett, and Xavier Woods talking about pizza and what they're going to order.
Yep.
And then
off the Pizza Hut out.
Yep. And then when it was the LWO versus the Hurt Business 2.0, as I call them.
Yeah.
But it was a 2-on-3 handicap at first. But the whole barricade, the whole screen, everything was Pizza Hut.
And Xavier Woods even brought a pizza out to Michael Cole and Corey Graves.
Exactly. And they ate pizza on live TV.
Yeah, that was fun.
The longest ad I've ever seen.
That was kind of funny, though.
The greatest ad I've ever seen.
Because Michael Cole was just like, the fans are going to get mad. And he took the microphone away from his mouth and started eating the pizza. But yeah, I mean, it started off, like you said, 3-on-2. Because apparently Rey Mysterio made a phone call to somebody.
But he didn't answer.
But they didn't return the phone call. But he was positive that they were going to show up. Which he was correct in that. But, I mean, it was nothing really noteworthy until the mystery partner showed up, which it was, of course, Carlito.
With new music.
With new music. He no longer spits in the face of people who don't want to be cool. But anyway, he showed up.
That's the only noteworthy part of that match.
He can still go, though. I mean, his drop kick was beautiful.
They didn't give him time, though.
Yeah, it was literally just like, pretty much it was just he came in, hit a drop kick, hit a backstabber, won the match.
He had that cool little kip up in the middle of that.
Oh, yeah. He hit the drop kick, hit a kip up afterwards. But, I mean, it was fine. I gave it 3 stars.
2.75.
Mostly because of Carlito.
Yeah, if it wasn't for Carlito, it would be like 2.
2, yeah. But now I wonder what they're going to do with Bobby and the Street Profits. I'm sure that it's going to tie into the whole storyline of them having to prove themselves to Bobby.
Losing to a guy that hasn't wrestled in 15 years or however long.
Yeah, and I imagine that this is going to turn into a long, not necessarily long term, but a decently length feud. Maybe between Bobby and the Profits versus Carlito and the LWO.
That poor United States Championship.
Yeah. The United States champion had a match, but it wasn't for the title.
Yeah.
But,
story of his life.
Who cares about mid-card championships?
Us.
Yeah, we do.
Intercontinental title, that's it.
WWE doesn't. I mean, I care about I want to care about the United States Championship.
It's hard to care for right now.
It is. But next was the triple threat. Oh, yeah. Wait, did we go over our ratings? 3 stars? Oh, yeah, 3 stars.
2.75.
Okay. Next was the triple threat match for the Women's Championship. It was Asuka versus Charlotte Flair versus Io Sky.
And literally started with the Poison Mist.
Yeah, like that. It was like literally it started with Flair. Flair hit Io with the big boot. And then Asuka hit the mist on Flair.
Yep.
And I was like, whoa, we're going to end it this quick? But, it drawed out for a little bit. There was some nice spots.
It was the best match so far.
Yeah, up to this point, it was the best match. I remember Io went for the moonsault, and Asuka countered with the dropkick from the middle rope.
Mm-hmm.
That was a nice little spot. And then Io has a very beautiful missile dropkick. She really does. She hit that springboard missile dropkick later on in the match, and then she hit that sunset flip from the outside, and she got a lot of height on it. Like, it looked really good. Yeah. And then she hit the suicide dive. Pretty much at this point, it was just a kind of like an Io Sky highlight reel.
Yeah.
She was doing a whole bunch of really cool spots. They did the Tower of Doom.
But with a spin.
Yeah, it was instead of a superplex.
This is Samoan drop.
Samoan drop. So that was a nice little spin to it. And then there was a nice little spot where Charlotte had Asuka in the figure 4, and Io hit Meteora onto Flair, which Flair then hit a spear, and Asuka kicked out. And that is when Bayley,
of course,
showed up. You knew it was only a matter of time. It was an Io Sky match, so Damage Control was bound to get involved.
Bayley was trying to do some damage control.
Yeah. Flair had Asuka in the figure 8. Bayley distracted the referee. Asuka was tapping out.
And then Io hit the moonsault off the top onto Charlotte while in the figure figure eight.
Mm-hmm. And got the 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
And I thought it was really good.
Best match of the night so far.
Yeah. Once again, it just, to me, just, there was something missing. Like, it felt like it could have been more.
The crowd wasn't into it.
But I still gave it 3.5.
I gave it 3.
Because I felt like it was a really good match. All 3 women went out there and really put on a good show. It's just that I don't feel like
This whole card was weird.
the whole card was weird, and not only that, but in the story, there just hasn't been a lot of investment made into it by creative. You know, like
Any of these stories, honestly.
Right. No, I agree.
The Shinsuke and Seth Rollins had the best build.
Yeah, most definitely.
But I gave a women's match 3 stars.
Yeah. That's 2 women matches in a row that you gave 3 stars or more. Look at you, Dylan. But
I'm changing.
also they put over very heavily after the match that Flair should be a 15-time world champion right now.
Because Asuka tapped out.
Yeah, so I'm a little bit worried that they might
Try to get it.
put the belt back on her soon. And I don't know. I feel like at this point, just because of how many times this has happened, I feel like they probably could go another 5 years without putting the belt on her. And as soon as they do, I'm going to be like, oh my God. You know, because it's ridiculous that when did she get called up? 2015?
2014, 2015.
14? And she's already a 14-time world champion. And, like, she hasn't had a title reign in forever. So, like, you know, a lot of those reigns happened, like, back to back to back to back.
Yeah.
You know? And so
It was her and I think Sasha.
Her and Sasha flopped it
Just
around a few times. Yeah.
Passing it back and forth.
Yeah. And
Speaking of.
yeah.
It was July 2015.
July 2015?
Yeah.
When she got called up?
Yeah.
I got you. But yeah, I mean, I gave it 3.5. I thought it was fine. But next, Pat McAfee had a busy day. He started off today on College Game Day as a guest picker for the Oklahoma-Texas game this morning. And tonight, he was on WWE Fastlane.
At his hometown, Indianapolis.
Yeah, yeah. And, you know, he was also on the sidelines doing stuff for the Pat McAfee show during the game.
Yeah.
So he was a busy man today. But he pretty much came out and put over Indianapolis to host WrestleMania. Pretty much what John Cena did for London.
Yeah, and then he put over John Cena.
Yeah, and then he introduced John Cena. So, of course, that means that the next match was John Cena and LA Knight versus Jimmy Uso.
Yeah.
And Solo Sikoa. And once again, not a whole lot of notes for this match. I mean, John put over Solo heavily.
Yes.
In this match, he sold for him a lot.
John took a beating.
He did. Another highlight for me was Paul had the phone and was on the phone with Roman Reigns doing play-by-play, like telling him everything that was happening in the match.
And he did the little...
He was like, you know, I thought that was kind of funny. But John Cena also did a cross body
Off the top rope. He added a move.
I was like, wow, look at John.
Now he's 10 moves of doom.
10 moves? Are you sure it's 10?
I don't think so.
It
was 5.
And then he had the lightning fit. So it's 7.
No, he added the springboard stunner.
Springboard stunner.
So 8, maybe?
And then, let's see.
Sunset flip, 9.
And I guess this one will be 10. So,
it's 9 or 10, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. But, anyways, I mean, the only other notes that I have is LA Knight hit Jimmy with the BFT for the win. This was John Cena's first pay-per-view win in 5 years.
But most of the time, he's been going after championships.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it was even championship at WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm. I thought it was okay. I mean, I gave it 3.25.
Same.
Hey!
Finally the same one.
So, I mean, I thought it was all right. You know, it wasn't awful, but it was there to entertain the people, and I guess it did what it was supposed to.
Spoiler alert, my rating started low and just built. But it still stayed low.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, I gave a decent rating for the main event.
I gave it
We'll get there. We'll get there.
It's next.
It's
There's
next.
only 5 matches.
Seth Rollins versus Shinsuke Nakamura for the World Heavyweight Championship Last Man Standing was the main event. And this was Seth Rollins' first ever Last Man Standing match, wasn't it?
Yeah. They made sure we know that.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
They said it a lot.
They did say it a lot. They also talked about his back a lot, as if we didn't already know.
Like 20 times
20
in the first
times.
5 minutes.
I wish I had $1 for every time they mentioned it.
Same. I'll take a penny.
Yeah. We'd be richer than we are now. But they exposed the floor kind of early in the match. Seth went for the stomp on the steel steps. Rollins got under the ring and grabbed
All kinds of weapons.
a whole bunch of weapons.
Cane, I forgot what the kendo stick is the proper term now. Trash can, chairs, 2 tables.
Yeah. Eventually he got a ladder.
Yeah.
Shinsuke hit that diving knee on the back of Seth's neck, which they said was to his back.
Yeah, it was nowhere near his back.
Also, Shinsuke had nunchucks. So,
Yep.
is WWE racist?
Or are we?
Or are we? But Seth, I remember.
Or both.
Or both, yes. I remember Seth went for the curb stomp off the ladder onto the announce table. Shinsuke moved.
No, he didn't even jump, though. He didn't even get the chance.
Right, yeah, he didn't even get the
He
chance.
was setting up, and Shinsuke's like, nah.
Yeah. Shinsuke was smart and just
Walked away. Because he was bent over the table, so his feet were on the ground. So he literally just stood up and turned around and left.
Right. And then the concrete finally came into play. Seth went for the pedigree. Shinsuke countered with a back body drop.
On the injured back.
Shinsuke hit a double knee onto Seth through a table. And then Seth went for the stomp once again through the announce table.
Don't forget the outside thing, like up the stairs.
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff that happened outside. Talk about it, Dylan.
So Seth Rollins threw Shinsuke over the barricade. They fought through the crowd. Seth brought a chair to the crowd, but never used it. They got to the technical area, which is in a different spot than it usually is. They climbed up a weird railing beside the steps where there was no railing. So it's very dangerous for kids. And then Shinsuke threw Seth off the stairs to the floor, and Seth bounced about 6 feet in the air.
And then, like, whenever they cut the camera,
he was
on
on the
the
floor,
Seth.
but you could see a big black pad that thick behind him.
Yeah. So it was kind of obvious what they did there.
They didn't even try to hide it, honestly.
Yeah, they really didn't. But Seth went for the stump to the table again on the ladder. But Shinsuke just kind of got up, walked around.
The other side of the ladder.
Seth was climbing the ladder while he had his back turned. Shinsuke was just like, all right. And he got up and just climbed up the other side. So Seth turned around and looked at the table. He was like, whoa, where's he at? And he turned back around, and Shinsuke's right there, hit him with the mist, and put him through the table. Yeah. And put him through the table, which Seth Rollins got up at 9. And then, what was it? He hit him with the Kinshasa. He hit a backbreaker onto the chair first.
Yeah, in the ring.
And then he hit him with the Kinshasa through a table. And Seth still got up at 9.
He rolled out of the ring to his feet, so they broke the count.
And
then they went to the other side of the crowd.
Yeah.
Fought through the crowd some more.
Yeah. Seth hit that curb stomp onto the table or whatever it was.
It was like a little balcony area.
Yeah.
And then they both got up because he was down from his back injury. Then Seth hit a Falcon Arrow off the little balcony, which was like 4 feet in the air, through a table, and wins.
That was it. Shinsuke got up at like 8, but then collapsed.
So they kept counting for him. Seth Rollins got up at 9.
Yeah. So, I mean, it was a fun match. I definitely feel like it was the best match on the card.
Yeah, but Shinsuke could have taken a bigger beating before they made him lose.
I agree.
Or Seth Rollins still lost when he went through the announce table.
Yeah. And see, that's what I feel like the finish should have been. Whenever Shinsuke hit him with a poison mist and he went through the table, that would have been the perfect opportunity to say, you know what, we're finally going to take the title off of Seth. We're going to give him time to heal. We're finally going to give Shinsuke his flowers, and we're going to carry on about our business. And we can even, if Seth is able to, he can come back before WrestleMania and take the title back off of Shinsuke.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, but I don't know. I feel like it could have been. I feel like they could have made Shinsuke look stronger. Let me say that. But either way, it was a fun match. I felt like it was a good match. I gave it 4.25.
3.75.
And like I said, I definitely feel like this was the best match on the card.
Yeah.
But also, I mean, it's not really saying much.
Yeah, it just. And for those of you that thought Damian Priest was going to cash in,
He didn't.
before the main event, they made sure to let us know he wasn't going to cash in.
Yeah.
Because they had a backstage segment where Rhea Ripley took the briefcase from him because he hurt his leg.
Yeah.
So
there was that. But
spoiler alert.
I mean, it was okay. Dylan, what would you give the overall rating for the show?
3 or 2.75.
Yeah, I was thinking 3, maybe 3.25, but definitely somewhere around that 3.
So we'll
range.
call it a 3 overall.
3 overall. That sounds good to me.
I said
bro.
2.75 or 3. You said 3 or 3.25. The middle is 3.
3. Yeah. So, I mean, you know, and I get it. Not every.
No one will go back and watch this pay-per-view over again.
No, I mean it's not really worth the time. But you know, at
Still
the same
better
time,
than Ronda and Shayna Baszler.
that part. You know, but at the same time, you know, you got to be realistic. Like, not every show is going to be a home run.
I like AEW.
Not every show is going to be a home run. And I mean, AEW has had their fair. I mean, they've had some pretty mid pay-per-views before. You know.
I wouldn't know.
Now
I'm a
I will
WWE
say,
mark.
I will say that most of the time for like All In, All Out, those kind of pay-per-views,
The big four of AEW.
AEW does really good. But then again, you can say the same thing for WWE. Most of the time when they do their 4 major pay-per-views, they're pretty good. You know what I'm saying? So like, you can't expect either company really to just hit a home run every time they do a show. I felt like this was I feel like we all knew this was going to be a B show.
Yeah.
And
C show, maybe.
based off of the card, you could tell that it was just kind of be like an episode of Raw or SmackDown. But, I mean, either way, it was okay. 3 stars. It was fine. Whatever. But with that being said, guys, Dylan won the predictions this go around. This is the first time in a while he's won
Since the first one.
one of the predictions. So I'm proud of him for that. And
I think it was the first WWE one or the first. Yeah, it was first
WWE when you won. Because I've won all the AEW ones.
Did you? The first AEW one? I think I won too.
No, I'm pretty sure I won that one.
I don't remember.
But either way, I mean, the point is, it's been a minute since he's won the card, so I'm happy for him that he gets the card. Good job, Dylan. And
Do I win a nap now?
Yes.
Yay!
We win the big sleep as well.
yeah, the big sleep.
Big sleep.
So anyways, guys, thank you so much for tuning into the channel. Make sure you like the video, share the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're going to be having more videos coming out this week. What are the quizzes for this week?
We have Edge coming out on Monday, Antonio Inoki coming out on Wednesday, and then a SmackDown one coming out on Thursday or Friday, depending on what day we post it, because
Friday's gonna be a busy day.
Friday's our wedding day.
Yeah. So they're getting married. I'm getting to officiate it. Going to be really fun. Looking forward to it. And also got the video coming out that day. So make sure you tune in for all of our videos coming up.
We might share a little bit of clips from the wedding.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Maybe.
Yeah, do a little short, or I mean, we can post a whole video
A
about
compilation.
it. Yeah, that'd be fun. But anyways, guys, once again, thank you for tuning in to the YouTube channel. And until next time, Bitter Bros Wrestling out.